In terms of landmass, Nigeria is quite big. I mean, seriously, Nigeria is a huge country. In terms of the population, amount of people living in Nigeria, I mean, the numbers are staggering, numbers are huge. When you go to the economy, to talk about the economy in Africa, Nigeria has the largest economy in Africa. And if you check a number of statistics, in fact, in terms of the military, we're so good, we're great, and all that. And a lot of people have this notion that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Today, I'm out on the streets to speak with people to find out if, despite all the economic challenges we've been facing, they still feel Nigeria is the giant of Africa. My name is Sean Adetunji. You're watching Niger.com Street Gist. We're out here on the streets. Let's find out what we get. Do you think Nigeria is still the giant of Africa?
Giants in the books, not giants in reality.
Why do you say that?
Nigeria giants. Just look at the area where we are. You say giant of Africa. We don't have good infrastructure. We don't have good roads. We don't have good lights, and you call ourselves giants. Even our neighboring countries like Ghana, most of our companies are going there to establish. There's no enough power supply to power their business system. So how are we giants?
If you had an opportunity to relocate to Ghana, would you relocate?
I would have, but I'm a patriotic citizen. I believe in the power of Nigeria, and I believe in the power of the youth. We'll stay here, we'll build Nigeria together.
What about America?
America, it's a good choice, but the same work you do here is the same work you do there. Because the standard of living is different, but I'll still remain here. I'm very patriotic.
You have the opportunity to relocate to America, you'll stay here?
I'll stay here.
Yeah, you stay here.
I'll stay here.
All right, that's great. Which country would you give the title to now? Which country would you consider to be the giant now?
Let's see. I'll consider maybe South Africa to be the giant of Africa. South Africa.
I know Cameroon.
Cameroon, I don't see any credibility they have or achievement, but we hear of South Africa, what they do, the investments there. Even some of them come here, so I'm conversant with South Africans.
So, do you think Nigeria is still the giant of Africa?
Well, that's a big question because when that title was given to Nigeria some years back, we were quite influential on the continent in terms of politics, economy, and other areas. We were quite influential. We were doing very fine. And so, looking at the African continent and even sub-region West Africa, it seemed back then that we were the giant of Africa. But right now, a few things that are happening in Nigeria here betrays that title. Because as a giant, you should be able to survive on your own. You should be able to take one or two things that will impact on those who are looking up to you. Most of the countries that looked up to us back then, when we were called Africa's giant, how do I put it, a bit better than Nigeria today. You see the point? In terms of political development, government, economies, and even socially. So, if you weigh that on the balance, Nigeria may have dropped from that pedestal of being the giant of Africa. Is the point in terms of what's happening right now, because we really do not have anything to show for it, but there's still time to make up.
What country do you think should get that title now?
Well, on the African continent, right now, Ghana is doing fine. Ironically, Ghana was a baby back then, if you know what happened. But right now, they're doing fine. The economy is doing fine. And so maybe Ghana should.
Okay. What about South Africa?
Well, I don't want to... South Africa, I really do not place them, because I really have not placed them on the African continent. But they are okay. They're doing fine. Okay, between Ghana, South Africa, maybe South Africa.
Okay. What do you think we can do in Nigeria as a people to help fix the situation and get us back the title?
Yeah, one thing that can help us fix the problem is patriotism. Patriotism is a watchword. You must be patriotic. You must have faith in your country. You see the point? And that transcends all the sectors, government and those who are being governed. You see the point? Government must make people to believe in their country, right? So that when you sweat for your country, you know that there is a reward for it. Government should put in place that reward. It may not be cash, but at least recognition that, okay, this man has done a lot. Okay, then of course, let us build our capacity in terms of human development. Let us also try to create wealth-creating conditions Because when a man is hungry, he can do many things. But if he's satisfied, then he can think about patriotism. Okay, so let us try and see how we can reduce hunger and poverty to the barest minimum, policy-wise, and even by giant strides that we've done.
All right, one last question. Whose fault is it? Has it been the fault of the people or the fault of the government?
Everybody. The government, first of all, did not play its role very well. The people gotten disenchanted from government's apathy. They started to toe their own line. So maybe if government had played its own role in the past, people would have trusted government. Okay, but right now government have failed them. So everybody, it's just like I say, God for us. How do you put it now? All for each other, God for everybody. That's what is happening right now because they have lost confidence in government. They now want to toe the line on their own side. So everybody has to work. Government to work to do its own side, put policies in place that can take care of the masses properly. Then the people who haven't seen, when they now see what's happening in government, they may be able to revitalize their trust and confidence in government.
Do you think Nigeria is still the giant of Africa?
Nigeria is still the giant of Africa. That means there was a time Nigeria was the giant of Africa. And actually, I accept that there was a time Nigeria was the giant of Africa. You know, that time we were very wealthy and a lot of our economy was booming. And to measure giant or strength, you have to measure it in terms of economy and all those aspects, you know. There are factors. But actually, right now, I cannot say Nigeria is totally. The answer is yes and no. I can't say Nigeria is totally the giant of Africa because if you look at things that are happening now, you see that there was a time South Africa overtook Nigeria in one aspect, in one index of measurement. And some other countries in Africa have also overtaken Nigeria in some other indices of measurement of who is giant and who is not giant, or who is stronger and who is weaker. Yeah, but today we can actually not say that Nigeria is the total giant of Africa. In population, we are the giant of Africa. In military, we are the giant of Africa. You know, because when coups take place in some other countries, Nigeria weld a lot of strength into it and then they stop the coup. I don't need to start mentioning them right now. Yeah, but the real thing that should make a country to be a giant is actually the economy. Right now, the economy of Nigeria is in shambles and we cannot claim to be giant because most of our children now go to other African countries to look for green pasture. So if Nigeria were generally still the giant of Africa, they will not be going like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why do you feel that?
Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is a very, very good country. That is all.
If you had the opportunity to relocate to maybe Togo to leave Nigeria, would you go to Togo?
No. I love Nigeria.
What of South Africa?
No, I love Nigeria.
Europe?
I love Nigeria.
Do you think Nigeria is still the giant of Africa?
We are just giants of Africa by lip mouth. It's just through lip services.
Why do you say that, man?
A lot of things are wrong with Nigeria. The politicians are not doing us well. All the money that we get from maybe Niger Delta from the oil, they all divert the money. They're just using it for their own personal interest. That's why a lot of people are even leaving the country, as I'm telling you. If I have my way, I will leave.
If you had an opportunity to relocate to South Africa, you would relocate?
I wouldn't like to go to South Africa because of this, the fact that they don't like Nigerians. There's this xenophobic effects towards Nigerians, yes.
Okay, if you had to give the title to another African nation, what African nation would you regard as a...
It used to be South African, but now they are into recession, like Nigeria. Only God knows when they will come out of recession. I don't even know. Egypt, I will say, Egypt.
Why Egypt?
They are good. At least their economy is better compared to Nigeria. Although South Africa, they are still doing well anyway, but Egypt, maybe Egypt.
Do you think Nigeria is still the giant of Africa?
No, I don't think.
Why do you feel that way?
because the way things are now, you can see graduates, they are looking for job, roaming about. If you go to Ireland now, you can see many girls out there utilizing themselves, prostitution here and there. So I don't think there is anything that is, you know. So that's how I think it's, because they have to do as in let there be work for the as graduates, school starts. If you go there now, you will see them every night. They are there, utilizing themselves and their life. Those people are the people that have challenges at home. Maybe they are doing those things because of the kind of challenges they have at home. Even some married women, they are doing the same thing because of what? The way things are in Nigeria. Many girls, many boys, they are in Libya, going to Italy because of what? Some are from poor family, and they are trying to achieve their goals, trying to make change in their family. Many people are dying, many lives are wasting in Libya. So they should try and do something so that at least we live a good life, just like Americans. If in America, if you have no job, they give you job. If you don't have anything doing, they create something for you to do. No, in here they just leave everybody to do just anywhere you like, anyhow you like. If you like, uses your life, they don't care. So it's not good. They should try and do something better so that everybody will be enjoying life just like Americans.
If you had to give the title of Giant of Africa to another African nation, what African nation would you give it to?
African nation. I think Cameroon.
Cameroon? Why? Why Cameroon?
Because the way they do things over there I think it's even better than Nigeria.
You go to Cameroon a lot?
No, I've not been in Cameroon, but the kind of things I hear, people that is there, that they are saying, I think there's some kind of thing that they're doing there is also, it's better. Because if Cameroon is not better than Nigeria, Nigerian people will not be going to Cameroon just for them to succeed.
Giant of Africa? I don't think.
Why?
Corruption are taking over everything, so I don't think anything is moving forward anymore.
Yeah, but there's corruption all over the world, in other African nations.
Okay. But Nigeria own is more than the whole world. I guess Nigeria should be number one in corruption now. So that is the reason I said Nigeria is no longer the giant of Africa.
But what of the fight against corruption since the Buhari administration started? Don't you think it has done anything?
No, I don't think. Because I believe the fight against corruption has been so much on selective. Those so-called politicians are using it against those that they think that have been offended them. So I don't see it working. But sincerely, I believe maybe Buhari knows what he's doing, but the people that is surrounding him, in fact, I don't think they will make it easy for him. So that is why nothing will ever go forward in Nigeria unless we come together and fashion out how to move the country forward.
Right, so what country do you think is the giant of Africa now?
Giant of Africa, for me, I think is South Africa. South Africa, but the economy is still the best in the whole Africa.
What of Ghana?
No. Ghana is still smaller than even, I think, Lagos. So how can they be giant of Africa?
Well, we are still the giant, even if corruption has eaten so deep and it's so bad, you can't take it away from us. You can't take away the values from us. So we still remain the giant. You like it?
In what way?
Well, every way. We still have our landmarks that make us the giant. We still have about the biggest market in West Africa. Our football team, however bad it is still a force to reckon with. Our artists are doing us proud, even if some of them have the bad sides of them. But like sincerely, we're still the giant. You can't take away a giant from a giant here. A giant remains a giant. We didn't buy that position. It came naturally. So you can't take that away from us.
As you mean you are required to give that title to another African nation? What African nation would you give the title to?
Like sincerely, for the now, what other African nation? Like sincerely, my brother, I can't really find it because the rest of them have it not balanced. It's going to be lopsided. They have this and they don't have this. But we have everything. We have the good, the bad, the ugly, and the ugly.
If you had an opportunity to travel to relocate to South Africa, would you take the opportunity?
No. And reasons being, Nigeria is still the only place where I can stroll on the street and ease myself on the street. Okay, it's funny to you, yeah, but like sincerely, looking at the good sides of it, Nigeria, however bad it is still a place that I enjoy. Even if you give me a visa to the world, I can go and come back. Where will I find Amala, Ewedu, and the rest of them?
They have those things over there. They have African shops.
How sincere are they? Most of the things that you have there are not natural, they are grown. Do you understand? And that's where you have cancers and where you have all this disease coming from. But hey, there's nothing like I throw tatashe or rodo on the floor and I pick it up and make it. I grew it. It's natural. It's sincere. It's straight.
Alright, is there something about, you can't go to South Africa because you can't just walk on the street and ease yourself on the street? Is that one of the things that makes us great as a country, that you can just ease yourself on the street?
Nigeria gives you the opportunity to be who you want to be. You want to be great, you have the opportunity. You want to be worse, you have the opportunity. Whatever you want to do, you have the right springboard here. The only thing we just need for us to do is the government to harness the best parts of us and make us a better nation. We have plenty of things here that are untapped. John, so if you go to Kogi State, you have precious things. You go everywhere. But what do we do in Nigeria? We bring people inside to come and tap into our resources. So what happens to us? That is why you get to see a senator who is supposed to represent you when you see him on the road and you're like, Twale, my oga. The person who you're supposed to ask, okay, so what have you done for us? That's just the truth.
Yes, I still believe. Because there's a hope. But we hope we're having is not the hope. We need to put things together. Because I believe that Nigeria still have the hope. Because I know one day things will become good. So we don't need to be panic. We don't need to lose. But I believe that God will turn things around to be better. So far that the government, they know what they are doing. And they are coming up process little by little. And by the power grace of God, they will get there.
You said we need to put things together. What kind of things do we need to put together?
Yes, they need to put like economies and work vacancies and all those things. They have to provide a job and provide a kind of let me say resources that will help the youth, especially the youth, not only the youth, everybody in Nigeria, so that the economic problem will become standard, so that all those problems here and here, crime and all those things will stop. But I know government will do something better.
All right, so if you had to give that title to another African nation, what nation would you give it to?
If I should give
the title of the Giant of Africa to another African country, what country would you give it to?
What country do I give it to? The Giant of Africa, I give it to Nigeria. Yes, it's still the Giant of Africa. Yes.
Let's shout hallelujah. If I were to talk my own, Nigeria, Giant of Africa.
Yes.
In most cases, the life is not a bed of roses. So I'm making myself a lesser third. Now I'm not happy. I'm forcing my flesh. Is the happiness is something you find, something you create. So I'm an artist, Yabatech, graduate. I'm not working. I don't say any job I'm doing. I'm just making myself happy. Nigeria Giant boss, let's pray. Let's continue praying. I'm not praying for war. If war happen, I don't send. Respect.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm back to the question with
Okay.
you. Whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the people or the fault of the government that, things are not so great in Nigeria currently?
Yes, it's because of let me say, government that the cause of it. Because the way they're supposed to put things, they did not. Because every problem we are having today is not the Nigeria citizen. Let me say the Nigeria youth, not Nigeria youths. It's the government, because they are there to fight for us and they are there to provide for us. Because they are the eyes of Nigeria. They are the one that know exactly what is happening. They are the one that know what and what they will do to keep the economy going.
I think Nigeria is still the Giant of Africa.
Probably no. Yeah.
Why do you say no?
Because we are suffering. We're suffering as a country. We're under the mess of our leaders, and so many things are not in place. We the youths, we are suffering a lot. Because when the graduates don't have a job to do, don't have jobs to do, and we tend to strive in order to make our own business, being an entrepreneur, and basically we don't have much resources, much financial resources to actually start up a business. And in one way or the other, the country is falling back. And the cost of living, and let me just say, an average Nigerian lives below $1, at least 380 per day. And that is very bad. So to me, we failed. They failed us, rather. We failed.
If you had to give that title to another African nation, what African nation would you give it?
The Republic of South Africa.
Why South Africa?
Because they had, what can I say? They didn't send away most of the people in the country. They retained the other people that were there, the whites, in order to make the economy develop. If Nigeria had done that, whereby we retained our colonial masters and we still had them in our system, we would have been better off than many other countries in the world.
Yeah, whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the government or the fault of the people that Nigeria has crashed like this?
The government, because they are the ones there. They are the ones stealing our millions, trillions rather.
So you don't think it's your fault as a citizen?
See, we voted them in and we expected them to do a lot. They said they wanted to, we just have this say. Once they go there, we don't have any other thing to go. We don't have any other rights rather to say anything, because if you say, Nigeria, they can arrest you and lock you up. But this is not the Western world, whereby you can visit, you can go into any office and tell them that, Mr. President, what you're doing is not right. But the government, at least Buhari's government is still new, though, but the previous government there, they've made a lot of blunders, a lot of blunders. And right now, I'm a graduate of Yaba Tech ND, but fine, I've not gotten a job for how long you get, but it doesn't. There's no need for me now doing I'm almost 30, and where do I want me to work? I can't live fine anymore. So I have to set up my own business, and meanwhile I'm still hustling. There's no money, there's no capital in the country. The economy is bad. On a normal basis, you can't spend 500 naira now. Once you remove 10 naira from me, the money is useless. So tell me, how do I want to survive? How do I want to survive? I get a job on the island and you pay me 40,000 naira for salary. What do I want to use it for? The house rent is there. So many things are there, and man, bro, the country is bad. Sure.
Why do you feel that way? What made you say sure?
Well, once before, Nigeria was once a great nation, but unfortunately for now, look around you now. See what's happening today now. We are supposed to believe in our dreams today, but today now, it's the opposite. So what more can I say? I wish Nigeria.
Welcome to Forestville Luxury Hotel. At Forestville Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forestville Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeline Obamishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forestvillehotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forestville Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.